That's unfortunate. I can't get back into Paladins. Like my entire monitor's frozen. Yeah, so my internet dropped again. I wasn't having this issue until like within the first 10 minutes of my stream, so looks like I'm having internet problems. Give me a moment. I can't... So I went ahead and did like the IP config release and renew, just hoping like if I flushed my DNS, maybe I can fix these issues. If it drops again, I might just call the stream early and go call my ISP. But I'm hoping this will work. One moment while I reboot Paladins. I'm playing Octavia now, by the way, the other character that was added. She has a passive, which gives your team some sort of a passive. You can have faster cooldowns, 100 credits per elim, health on respawn, or ultimate charge rate. I'm just going to do the ability. And go with my Jumpies kit. First day back streaming, so apologies on the ups and downs. Oh yeah, there is some other... They haven't added any new maps to Paladins in a while, but they have been doing visual reworks of a couple of the maps. This is not one of them. I know Timber Mill looks great now, and I think it was like Fish Market was the other one they updated. Which I don't mind. Mechanically, Paladins is great, but visually... I feel like I'm walking through a candy shop attached to a mall, you know. It's one of the few games I would call embarrassing to tell people I played. Because it just looks like a mobile game. So that's her fields. Anyone inside it gets slightly obscured. Nice jump. Oh yeah. You can hover midair if you zoom in. Oh, that was so close. Seconds remaining. I don't know why I did that. Her distortion field does not do damage, so when I throw it in their back line, I'm pretty much just getting rid of it. Thanks.
All right, time to change our strategy.
Just to confirm, am I live again? Am my stream having issues?
Oh yeah.
Oh, splinters.
All right, thanks.
Rag.
Tough luck. You can walk.
And just to look at her abilities, because I didn't really have a chance to show people. Pretty straightforward. Lightning, ultimate, big leap, and ADS with a field.
5,
Very basic character.
3,
but
2, 1.
Attack!
No complaints here.
That hurt.
Can't believe you'd fall asleep in the middle of a fight. How do I find the music I like? It's nothing special. Just release radar. Look for bands similar to bands I like. Or bands that have members from other bands that I like. That's how I found Bobbin. You guys want to know the last album I listened to? Just because I was on vacation, I thought I should listen to some new, different stuff. Decided to listen to that new 21 Pilots album. Felt like I was walking through a Kohl's. Through the clothing department, listening to the music. It's pretty good. It's 21 Pilots, so it's not incompetent. I liked Vessel and Blurryface better, or whatever that other album's called. I kind of lost all of my traction for 21 Pilots after Heathens. Not to throw the word corporate around or anything, but corporate. They aren't necessarily corporate, but they sound, you know, cliche manufactured at times. And that doesn't rub off on me well. It's chaotic. There's so many spears, bubbles, and shields in this game now. That's my ultimate. It doesn't do shit. It's easy to dodge and it doesn't kill.
30 seconds remaining.
Never give up. Never surrender.
The other album I listened to, this one's a bit more up my alley. Vaudeville Villain. I didn't even... MF Doom has so many different monikers and names that he has released music under that it just feels like every year I find a new album he made that I didn't know about. Vaudeville Villain is the last one I found.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Because he went under the name Victor Vaughn for a while, or at least for that release. I'm liking this chant so far, but the damage... This isn't even like saying it's unbalanced. It doesn't feel as impactful as some of my teammates are. Like, I feel more involved in fights. It's a good addition, though. It's like a mid-range sniper. Fills out a unique niche. I feel like if I was playing at a higher elo where people can aim upwards, I wouldn't enjoy it as much because anyone could just snipe me down from the hover. But I'm just playing quick play and no one does that. So I'm just kind of free to do whatever the hell I want. Never mind. I'm not free to do that.
Time to change our strategy.
Is Pinkerton my favorite album? Not necessarily. Feels weird saying that, but no. I think my favorite... Ooh, good jump! Of all time? Probably... What's it called? I feel like I say it every stream. Anatolia by Feed Me Jack. That's my favorite album of all time. It's a kind of album where every time you listen to it, you can catch something new. Like a bass line or an instrument you didn't hear on the last listen. Technically, it's one of the most inspiring albums I've heard. Pinkerton's great. I love it, and tonally, you know, that got me through some shitty years. But it's not something that is quite as... It's ambitious, but in a different way.
Select your champion. Customize your champion.
Oh, the duo
Octavia.
broke again. I keep forgetting. I don't think I can leave the match just because of the way Paladins works. Just queue for one and we'll meet up in the menu after this, I guess. I'd be down to maybe ranked after this one. That works too. See ya, Sealchair. Internet hasn't dropped. Yeah, that's good.
We stand and fight today. We live in glory for eternity.
So Fish Market's another one of those maps that got a little bit reworked in the recent updates. Not as much as Timbermill was, but I'm curious to see the 5 texture changes they've added to this map.
This won't be easy or clean, but we don't mind getting a little messy, do we?
Money, money. Alright, so my passive will give us 100 credits every time anyone on the team gets a kill. So we should be stacked with money
The
soon.
battle is about to begin.
This is one of the new characters, yeah. Tavia.
Strike right flank.
I am needed elsewhere.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so it begins.
I'd recommend Paladins if you're looking for a class-based kind of game to play. Like a good time sink. This is a fun one. Though I would say, like, for as much as I can give Paladins credit, it's still one of my lesser played online FPS. I have like 300-400 hours in it, but TF2 and Overwatch each I have like 1,000 plus. And I don't see myself getting to like 1,000 in Paladins.
Never give up, never surrender.
Yeah, partially just because I'm already kind of burned out on these class-based FPS, but also partially just... it's not nearly as addictive as something like a TF2 pub is. Alright, Bomber Man. Oh shit! I can do this!
Negative.
Every time I walk on this dock, I just think of Realm Royale. There's a specific... They lifted a lot of the map design from this game into Realm. For obvious reasons. R.I.P. Realm Royale.
We believe
would not play it again, but, you know, I enjoyed the 2 weeks that game was relevant. But, I mean, it's still out. It still technically gets content updates, but nobody plays it. I would just rather go play something like Spellbreak or Apex before I pick up Realm.
All right, time to change our strategy.
Thanks for that. Enemy double.
Oh shit! I don't think I'm making it back.
My faith is rewarded.
Try and do like a dive bomb maneuver here. Yeah, it worked. But I can't jump back out. That's the difference. I can only initiate.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
Yeah, that doesn't seem in our favor.
My lady is divine. My body is a vessel. My hammer is justice.
Point spawning in 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rally to me!
While I was on vacation, I read through the rest of that Junji Ito short story collection I had. And I have a new favorite out of the books. It's no longer the lady who had sex with a house. My favorite short story from him is probably the one about a girl who has a fetish for dissecting herself with scalpels. Sorry, the fetish starts with her wanting other people to dissect her, but as she gets older, she starts dissecting herself. And she's stalking this kid that she knew as she's stalking this guy she knew as a kid who grew up to be a doctor.
Enemy is
And basically just ruins his life begging him to dissect her. In conclusion, yeah, I'd recommend the collection. Ito never fails, always delivers. Yeah, you reach for those guys. I'll give you a hand, send you a little higher. The Minecraft high tower thing was a disaster. I think I got 20 total minutes of actual workable gameplay.
Time to change our strategy.
Which is more than I deserved. Still probably not gonna run another test on that one, though. At best, get another map working. And even then, I'd rather spend my time working on another video than trying to get that disaster of a mod working. Close game. Alright. I guess I'll play like one more on Vatu and then swap over to Graven. Let's see.
Onslaught. Select a champion.
Oh no. My game totally just closed out right as that other person picked Vatu. Damn. I guess I'll have to wait 2 minutes for that match to end so that I can reopen Paladins and then get into a match as Vatu. That's unfortunate. I'm trying to open it, but it's just not working. Nothing I can do. I was really hoping to play on that match too. But you know, what can you do? Just gotta wait. Oh no, would you look at this? I'm a deserter. That's not what I was hoping to happen. Fuck. Now I gotta wait a minute and a half. How will I make that time pass besides doing that thing that I was trying to do? I guess I'll just spend the 2 minutes building a card set. Let's see, what was ambush again? You know, they could let me look at the abilities while I build cards, but no, that's asking too much. Dash, heal, no, no. Movement speed, eh. I guess healing on teleport wouldn't be bad. Generate ammo after hitting, yeah. So right click for free ammo. Maybe right click for free health. Increase base jump height. Sure, why not? It's code. 10 more seconds. Well, guess I'll just wait. What's the Ito story called? Let me look. Can't remember. There's a lot of titties in it, though. Like visibly displayed nipples. It's called Dissection Chan. That's it, Dissection Chan. That's pretty blunt, Junji, if I say so.
Siege.
Mine.
Customize your champion. Select a champion.
Thanks for the subs that I'm getting. I'm usually better at reading them out, but I just haven't. Thanks, Draco. I don't know why having 130% jump height will be useful on Vatu, but whatever. Down for some unconventional strats. Hypermobility's back in, maybe.
I do not fear the dark.
So we have 2 flanks, DPS, healer, off tank. This should be good. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, honestly. Sorry, 150%. I'm curious if this is something only I do, but does anyone else have a go-to album for flying on planes? Because I've noticed the last 4 times I've been on a plane, I've listened to a Demon Days Live. Specifically at like the Sydney Opera House. Because it just sounds like airport music. Like sitting in a plane when it first takes off and you're going through the magic tunnel that is taking off. And I found myself playing music. But I don't even know what plane music is.
We will take no pleasure in their defeat, but defeat them we will.
Greetings, whelp.
Just call me a
Proper
whelp.
tools make for a job well done.
I'm not even sure how much geometry there is in Paladins that'll make this 150% jump worth it, but I'll try to be
The battle
creative.
is about to begin.
Seems like this character is sort of based off Maeve. I think Maeve has something. Oh, one of her abilities gives her jump height.
3, 2,
I am needed elsewhere.
let the battle begin.
Dive bomb, no so good. Is it just me or is Twitch a bad platform for discovering new channels? Yeah? Depends on your definition. It's not a good platform for getting discovered when you're small, no. They don't really have that many tools for helping small streamers like advertise. You're not gonna get recommended the same way a YouTube channel will if it's a video that fits your interests. Even if you fit someone's criteria for like a preferred streamer, if you don't have views, Twitch will just sort of assume like, alright, find someone with 1,000 minimum. Damn. I'm impressed by how mobile this character is.
I am healed.
It's weird because the dash is based on your WASP keys and not your aiming, so sometimes you'll just fly sideways without meaning to. But honestly, if I put it into cooldowns, just be in the air at all times. For a lot. Alright, what's my ultimate? It's like a straight dash. And a stun. Nice. Those are always fun.
Thank you.
Oh god.
7 in a row.
Yeah, I like Val 2 more than I do Octavia. Between the two new characters, this one is more fun. Like, Val disconnected. Haven't even used my ambush at all.
Matters not whose name is on the blade. I am healed.
Well, yeah, I actually don't know how many dashes are wasp-based. I know, like, if you dash as a Mave, it's based on where you're aiming. So if you're trying to dash directly into an enemy, you just look at him.
Cannot kill a shadow.
It's not a bad thing. It's actually good that you can dash sideways. It's just more tech for you to master, but I'm not used to it because I don't think I've had something like this in Paladins before.
Must not take life for granted. Enemy is temporary.
Okay, bye, Maeve.
30
Cats can
seconds
fly
remaining.
now. So dirty. You know, I only won that because I panic mashed my ultimate. Just stunned him in the process.
9 enemy rampage. 7 5 4 3 2
Whoa.
I return from the shadows.
Honestly, I'm gonna look at my cards again, see if I can spec into my dash more.
Let me save you from yourself.
enemy double kill.
The ship's repaired. Ready to leave.
All right. Time to change our strategy.
Point spawning in 15 seconds.
Fun champion.
5
You have a place.
I'm a little
3,
bored of the maps
2,
of Paladins, though.
1.
Feels like, compared to its contemporary games, there's a lot of... It's like, what, like 10 Paladins maps? So after a while, you start really recognizing everything. It's another upside to something like TF2 or even late Overwatch. You can queue for a couple hours and not get repeat maps for a while, but it does not feel that way with this game. Good hide, you really lost me. My mouse just keeps disconnecting.
Overtime.
Okay, that works. Just wanted to see how useful it would be as a throwaway ability.
Killing spree.
And I come back from a week and my internet and mouse just are completely inconsistent now.
Let's not take life for granted. Thank you.
He's a good in-the-zone character, and you just want to hyper-focus on aiming. Funk, do you think there should be more of a focus on releasing characters or maps in these kinds of games?
Shadows.
It depends on a lot, like how many characters are already in. For most of these games, like Paladins and Overwatch, they already have a sufficient amount of characters to play. I would prefer maps I mean, I know unlocks are kind of I know unlocks in TF2 are kind of an exception to this rule, but there's 9 classes in TF2, and no one was ever walking around saying we desperately need a 10th. Like, I was fine with those 9 with the deviations. And even if you count Demo Night, you know, 10 classes. So I would say maps. Because no matter how many characters you have, if you learn all of the meta of how a map is played, sometimes it doesn't even matter how many characters you have because the meta gets formed and then you end up not even playing certain things. I would rather have 100 maps and 15 characters than 100 characters and 5 maps. That's kind of something that bugs me about MOBAs. You know, I like Smite, but there's only one map for the Conquest, for the normal 5v5.
I do not fear the
And
dark.
whenever there's a major update, they'll update that Conquest map, but they won't make variations on it. I've been trying to play Leagues a bit more, just out of curiosity. There's variation, there's different map formats, but there's usually only one map for each format. And I'm spoiled coming from something like TF2 where almost every game mode has like 30 maps. The good ones anyways.
Twilight approaches, smothering light lady
But
eyes.
if you ask me objectively, it's probably harder to make a map than it is a character overall because you have to balance maps around every single character. You know, if you balance a map to be really good for... If you balance a map to be fun at close range, but you don't account for snipers, then snipers will just break the map, right? You have to balance for every type of kit. Especially when you have a game like Paladins or Overwatch where there's just dozens and dozens of characters, it's even harder to balance a map because you never know, you know, how many times has Overwatch gotten updated because Reapers could teleport out of the map? And they just had to hotfix it because of shit like that. So that's kind of the reason we don't see maps just getting constantly thrown out. It's not really an issue as much with something like TF2 because there's only 9 characters, so everyone understands really well what their kits are capable of. But when half of the roster can do shit like this, it takes a lot of trial and error to balance a map.
There's some fight in you after.
I don't think that's the best excuse to not be making them, though. I mean, when was the last time a map got added to Paladins? I can't even remember what was the last map. I remember that the champions added pretty well, but I couldn't tell you the last map that they added. And you know me, I'm of the opinion these kind of games should just let you make your own maps. Should really be like a built-in thing, if not just an accessible tool out there somewhere. But I also know making that stuff as a developer is very difficult. Because it's all internal tools and they're not designed to be user-friendly. But neither was, you know, Hammer Editor, and people figured it out. Top frag. Damn. I'm starting to understand this ambush more. When you're in a really intense fight, you can just pick someone off and beeline for them.
Hesitation. I must buy items.
teleported to your fox. Bet you I can go bowling with this ultimate.
I am weak. I should check this store for items.
I keep instinctively seeing the E on teammates and thinking I can heal them. By no fault of the game, but he like catches me. That was my kill. You're thinking of Jet, Gerster. This character reminds you of Jet. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I can't move when I ult, so I just have to sit there waiting for them to pick the corner for me. Ow! Come on! This is the game mode I'm not a fan of, by the way. It's just pure arena DM. Why don't you finish him off, Fernando? Ooh, pack. If I'm quiet, I can change that. Oh, I feel like Fernando scored higher than me. Nope! I top scored. You can't revoke your sub now. It just, I technically top scored on the server. I'm dead even with hot anime girls. Alright. Fun champions. Good content. Still kind of waiting on more maps, because I'm a little bored of rotation. You know, they used to have an experimental one where you could test new maps. There was one on there I liked, but we just haven't seen it in like 2 years. What happened to that map? I don't really feel like playing more Paladins right now, though, so I think I'm going to break off now and go set up Graven, which was just like an indie FPS game that caught my eye. Fun. Would recommend Paladins, but I'm a little burned out on it. So please be on standby. I smell like oak wood, not cheese. Alright. Audio level test. Am I sufficiently loud? Please let me know. This is Graven, first-person puzzler. It's got an RPG tag on Steam, but I don't think that's actually accurate.
Humbly walks the
It's got like a minute-long intro, so get your popcorn.
through service.
I don't know too much about it. I just know you walk around carrying a book and a staff.
He cherished
And I liked Outward,
shared a
which
love
let me do the
of
exact same thing.
and charity.
I miss Outward.
But not all walk the parallel path. They serve another, not a creator, not begotten, and their transgressions lay a heavy price upon the world. When love meets fear, even the humble heart.
I'm gonna stay quiet as I'm very invested in the story. So Thor is fighting that guy from God of War.
Red-handed from the blood of a heretic, the blood of a fellow priest, without being able to see how once more he is tried and found guilty.
Guilty.
What divides contrition and
So this is early access. I think it's like 2 hours long for what's available.
acceptance?
I saw some people with like 30 hours in it, but I have no idea
And arguing not
how.
over the price of her life, he closes his eyes.
What's this game
one
about?
last time.
They're
A prayer
they're telling you.
for peace. You will have to earn your.
I'm watching and I still don't know. Honestly. Excuse me while I kick off my Sunday shoes. On Wednesday. Alright, so we're on the tram at the beginning of Half-Life. Oh. Not looking too hot. Hey, you need a ride? We're too far, sorry. This is like the beginning credit sequence, so be patient, as the old man said. The visuals of this game does have like PS1 vibes, which I'd be lying if that wasn't part of the reason I wanted to try it.
At times, the only light in this accursed swamp are the funeral pyres, other than the light you yourself make.
I see a couple of bodies.
No need to warn ships
Kermit,
of
only if they're
land
funny.
when they can scarcely dare come near. If they did, the bog would claim them, much like it did that lighthouse.
Oh boy, I feel like I'm at Disney World. Or Mario Land.
With this plague, it is better to die early. Death is natural, but this pox and what follows it is not.
I can stand completely still
You become the swamp,
on the water, relatively speaking.
or one with the rot.
The boat moves at the exact walking speed of my character.
Much has not been taken care of since...
Kermit, you did not follow the one rule I asked of you.
Time does seem to be standing still.
I feel like I'm the only person in my own community who even remembers how grilled cheese started. It's just like a myth at this point. It's a mythical meme. No one here even knows how it happened. It just happened one day.
Don't forget your staff, priest. It's the only thing that will keep
Tell
you
me?
alive.
I can. It's a secret.
You're gonna need it more than I.
So this is Graven. And I don't totally know what the gameplay's like. That's kind of why I'm here playing it. But we will find out together. I do know where to go, and I'm intentionally looking around first before I go there. Got 2 peat bricks. Hey, peat brick. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry for this. Where are you going? Oh my god, what did I just witness? Alright, let's see what the NPC's gotta say.
Oh, do you work down here?
Yeah, professional box breaker. Was also my nickname in high school.
A priest? It's too late for prayers. The waste is clogged up with the dead, more than a sword can cut through. You get our muck flowing again, we'll let you in. It's the doorway down by the steps to the docks. Might be barred.
This must be an incestuous community. Everyone looks the same. Am I getting PS2 frame rate? Good to know. See if I can fix that. So I found a spell book. An incendiary spell book. And so begins the first dungeon of this game. Stream's frozen. No, this is just like the cover art for it. It's actually frozen. Well, guess I'm staying on the display capture. Our brains evolved for hundreds of millions of years. Just use your imagination and pretend the screen is moving. Actually, there's a note on the floor I would like to read.
I'm going to die down here. The flames do nothing to these creatures. I should have listened to our priests. Keep the spells to altering the world. Keep the steel to protecting ourselves. The flame is good for nothing but light and chain reactions.
It's not a weapon. It is a tool, not a weapon. A good general lesson on fire, actually. Oh, there's lice down here? I'm kind of amassing a jungle in my jorts, so that's not good. There might be treasure hidden in them. Oh.
Stay down, you vile beast!
Can move boxes. Good to know. I'm actually here to just clean the floor. It's like shadow visceral cleanup. Only I circled back. Yeah. Break my fall!
I'm supposed to be dead. Where is she? What happened to my daughter? Whose voice was that? How can I earn my peace? The strange ferryman brought me to Crooksfirth, a backwater in every possible way, but this is far worse than even exaggerated rumor. Something horrible is going on here. I must help.
Well, for one, the commoners are bathing in the sewage system, which isn't a good sign of the city's housing infrastructure. Also, a fire totem isn't going to be much use in a water level. I guess you could say I'm a little bashful. It's like I'm supposed to bring a barrel here. I got a Half-Life loading screen. Jon Snow looking ass. Or that other guy and that other one, I can't remember his name. On one. Now I gotta C-tap my way back. Sorry, B-hop. I don't think that's what it wanted. Maybe I took these instructions too literally. Alright, I don't know what you want then. I'll see if I can find you guys a lever. Oh wait, hold on. I'm sure this will do something. I don't think that was worth it. I'm just relighting this place. Pretty big brain puzzle if this ends up being what I need to do. It's a big place, too. It's all of them. Still nothing. Lever, a key ingredient to some mechanical function. See where it fits. Oh yeah, it'll fit. Alright, it's definitely a progression item, but no actual lever slots around here. Also, there's a lot of gold, which implies there's going to be at some point a sewer merchant. That, or I can, maybe I can smelt the coins into a set of gold armor. Which, now that I say it out loud, sounds like a really badass idea I haven't seen in a video game. A set of armor made from smelted coins. It would be expensive, that's for sure. Probably more of a luxury item, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't know if Minecraft counts. Gold is terrible. Alright, but if it's a gold-plated coin, then you're just using, like, the nickel or whatever metal is it primarily making up the coin. This is what confounds me. It wants me to bring a barrel here, but it also doesn't. A ruse. And I'm looking for a lever slot. And I don't get why there's a load menu right there if there's nowhere to go. Seems like a peculiar spot for a load menu. Got nothing on my map, despite picking up 2 maps. And all I have on me is a simple device to trigger a complex lever mechanism. Oh god, in my mouth. So... confound it, where is this lever? Green barrels. You mean these ones? This is the one I brought before. But I couldn't tell if it was too small or just not the right barrel. I'm still sure this won't work, but whatever. Yeah, want to make sure I'm not doing this wrong either. It gave me this tomb at the beginning of the room. And I'd like to use it soon. Three bolts. So there's a crossbow in the game too. What's this then? Yeah, I'm standing at one of the highest spots in the area. Figure I could eyeball where to go from here. Wait. It has like... Does it have the barrel indent? Yeah, so there are two of these barrel indent. Okay, maybe I need to put two down at once. Nope. It's just a special barrel. I know what it wants, but I'm just gonna preemptively grab this. Booyah. Alright, that's one down. My fire tomb is ineffective on actual enemies. It's just a tool for interactable objects. Pretty much useless for fighting. Want to read it like a King's Quest narrator.
The town guard want me to clear up a rather grave clog beneath the city. It's going to take more than a firm hand and an iron stomach. The peat barrels did the trick of clearing up the blockage, though I never expected to dare use magic. What am I becoming?
The muck is flowing properly now. I can't blame them for passing this work downhill, but I hope my nostrils survive the aftermath. It fares better than my conscience. Creator, forgive my transgressions. Boy, that was a lot of words, huh? Now I gotta figure out what the meaning of the water flowing actually is. The muck is flowing properly. I can't blame them for passing this work down. Okay. No hints. No hints on where to go. But the water's flowing now. I just don't actually know where it's flowing. Just claim it's flowing this way. Thanks, Burrito. Subbing. Gonna explore around here.
Chug, chug.
I keep instinctively hitting C to crouch. It is control. Wait a second. If I get another one of those red barrels, you can probably clear that way. I feel like there's a lot of moving pieces that I gotta get moving. So I'm just like an engineer going through this dungeon trying to actually get it to work. I can see where the first person puzzler name comes from. So I used my lever already, right? Mad jukes. I got mad jukes. I don't understand what the flowing of that water actually did. Or why some of the wood is selective about what can get burned. There's another door. Anything new on this front? Afraid not. I think I'm gonna be using these barrels for a while. The real question, can I light a barrel on fire while it's sitting in water? I'm out of mana. I still don't totally get this game's interface. No, I do have it. That doesn't even make sense. Wait, then why did I get the barrel? I got a barrel, but I couldn't. All I had to do was light the wet corpse. Okay, no questions.
Not much left in my stash. Hopefully no one looks here.
Yeah, about that. Maybe it's oil. Maybe it's not sewage at all. I'm just wading through oil. Or some sort of flammable liquid. Either way, that gives me a good idea of how to progress then. Gotta look for shit to light on fire. You know, it's interesting that I can light the dead corpses on fire, but not the zombies. Like, the living ones are too moist to ignite. I gotta say, even with this newfound discovery, not helping me much in the finding where to go department. so... The water now flows. I'm not sure if this is a result of that or if those were already flowing when I entered the room. I would like to explode a door. But it figures it does not work like that. And what's even worse is this game isn't super popular, so I can't fall back on the old streamers lost. Can someone tell me where to go? Because it's unlikely anyone here has even played this game. So I just gotta figure this out. Still nothing up here. I mean, I'm minutes away from hugging the left wall. How desperate I am. You might be right. I'm clearing the water. For all I know, that was all the guards wanted. Would it shock you to learn I was down there for so long I actually forgot about the guards? The whole point was to get access to the gate.
Good enough, but I wish you hadn't brought the stench back up with you. Even the plague smells better. Go on in.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I hate to plead, but you seem to be passing through, or at least you're not from here and aren't sick. You want to reach the library? Tough luck. We are besieged on all fronts heading that way. You can't get out. The whole plagued horde is beating down upon us. I'm not fit to venture out, but you certainly look tough enough. The old sunken lighthouse. Refuel it from the storage towers nearby. Light it. We might stand a chance if we can draw some away from the gate. If you need supplies, talk to the blacksmith.
Thank you, happy mask salesman. I don't know where the blacksmith is. Oh, would you look at that frame rate? Oh, it's beautiful. It is not that bad on my end. Oh. You could buy a short sword, a fletchant, or a cuff arrow. I can afford that. Looks useful. Got a couple bolts on me, too. Darn. Wasted a bolt. Alright, time to find that lighthouse. You know what I learned on vacation? Black bean burgers are actually good. I got so used to eating like plant-based burgers for my vegan alternative. Realized I never actually had a black bean burger. I've been going through trying all the different vegan patties. I still eat normal meat if I don't have other options, but I gotta say, I spent like years avoiding black bean burgers because I just figured they have a bad rep. No one likes them. Not half bad. I still think Impossible Meat might be my favorite type, but I'm experimenting. Whittled bone and marrow for getting past obstacles. It's a skeleton key. Literally made from skeleton. Brilliant. You know, every fiber of my being told me, burn one of these support beams so it would fall and I could climb up. Clearly I'm in the wrong here. Nowhere near that lighthouse. Are you kidding me? I spent $400 on this shit, and it's just on the first grunt in the next area. I'm getting a refund. My entire gold stash. I'm razzled. I'm jittered. I don't even know how many bolts I have. 11 by the looks of it. I've seen them encroaching on this area. They're slow, but they're making their way here. I'm prepared to die. I've accepted the harsh reality that I've lived a selfish and horrible life. I deserve what's coming to me. I just wish I could have read my most treasured book one last time. It's kept in the library now, I believe. Oh, how I loved reading that old man, Filder. The game has not failed me yet. It's early access, so being pretty cautious getting into it, but very unique theme, presentation, mechanically very crisp, clean. No complaints so far. Can't even complain about me getting lost because that was me forgetting about the guards. I really don't have the bolts to be wasting. Ah, could have used it on that thing. Stay down. Speed runs of this game will be interesting. Can't BM the corpses. What a letdown. Game sure does love the color green. I'm okay with that. I like green too. I might sound stupid, but earlier today, I was walking my dog, and I thought about how weird it is you can imagine colors in your head. Like, try to imagine just the pigment blue right now. You can sort of make it out, sort of that oceany sky color. You can do the same with green and red. The one that was hard for me to imagine was yellow. I don't know why. It was just hard for me to imagine the color yellow in my head. But that got me on like a whole disassociative tangent on how brains even work. Like, how can my brain imagine a color? And I couldn't answer that question. And then my dog dropped a log and I forgot the whole thing. Until now. If you struggle to imagine them, you might have aphantasia. Which just means that you don't really have a good mind's eye. You can't imagine stuff in your head. Oops. That was an accident. Again? I didn't even know there was one there. At least the respawn points are pretty courteous. Fighting a Dark Souls dog. Game is well kept.
Home is where the heart is. My heart isn't here. My dinner isn't either. I'm dinner in town for sure. Out here, I might not be dinner. Wish I was able to bring my sword with me, or better yet, a crossbow.
Yeah, this game's fun, but it, you know what it'd be better with? A grappling hook. Or sliding. Let me get. Cruxforth faces a plague, with those not struck down by the injection turning horribly violent. The tax collector has suggested we lure them away using an old sunken lighthouse in the Muskeg. I need only find 2 fuel canisters and a means to ignite the fuel. All right direction, but I don't think my skeleton key works in this area. Worth a shot. I'm not old enough to be a father figure, but I appreciate the kind comment. Come back when I'm 30. But I did not expect this game to be so open. No return now. Oh, does that not work? I was trying to get a second barrel, or second box. Man, I'm burning through the web like Among Us memes. Topical.
Way back farther. Way back farther, love. Ow.
There's so many HUD indicators. I'm just trying to see what my run is at, and I have to do an ocular pat down of my entire screen to even find it. A lot to take in. So, like, there's one route across the cliffs that leads, I guess, to that castle, but there's also whatever the fuck this is.
They appeared so quickly. We just wanted to aid the blacksmith, but out of nowhere these creatures appeared. We ran as fast as we could, and luckily they couldn't keep us. The pandive around here should give us some cover, but I feel there would be about it. I can only hope that the deaths are swift. What are these? Young Andrana. I need an explosive barrel. Only, my mouse is still dying every 5 minutes randomly. It's making the whole move thing difficult. Also, I use the 2 explosive barrels in this area to kill a demon.
Kill a demon? Now, I do not know where to find one. I have found another key.
It's a Viper key, I guess.
I wonder if I can find another barrel.
Just to run back to that door. I don't really see the point of having a stamina meter at all in this game. I feel like I should just be able to run at all times. Doesn't seem like the game is so precarious I need to be challenged by slow movement. I mean, half the time I'm just walking in between empty areas when that happens anyways. Can people with aphantasia even dream? That's a good question. I don't see why they couldn't. You might not be able to consciously imagine things in your point of view, but dreams are kind of different. I feel like. But I don't know how I could articulate that they are. It feels like dreaming is more like a shifting of your consciousness than it is beaming images into your head. When you're trying to imagine a rotating cow in your head, you have to envision it consciously while you're still experiencing whatever place you actually are. But when you're dreaming, you aren't just imagining yourself in bed thinking about stuff, you're actually there. Which, by the way, just blows my mind as a concept, that we as a species, every night, we just lie down, close our eyes, and appear somewhere else in the universe. And it's just like normal behavior. No one questions it. Like, yeah, no, the brain can just simulate entire environments. Have I told you guys my new life goal? My current life goal is to be lucid enough in a dream to ask someone in the dream if they know that they're in a dream. I want to meet another person, like, in one of my dreams and just ask them, hey man, do you know that you're just a product of me sleeping? Because I've never pulled it off. And the more I consciously try to do it, the more I can't meet people in dreams. Like, I don't remember the dreams, or the dreams don't involve other people. And I just want to know what would happen if I could have that conversation. I've heard a couple of stories online from just random people who said they did it. One time, someone asked if they knew they were in a dream, and the person in their dream was persistent